Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to use the stamp set from Lon Bon called Let's Roll. We're going to make a thank you card. Today we're going to use a masking technique. What do you want to think about when you're doing masking is what's going to come in the front. So for me it's going to be the wasabi. I'm going to be using this post-it paper as a masker. Dinka actually sells one as well. I got this as a sample, so I'm not sure if they actually have it. If you don't have any kind of masking paper, you can also use Post-it and just use the top of the Post-it. Just make sure you stamp the sticky part. And I'm going to show you actually how to mask. So you go ahead and take what you want to come up to the front, which for me is going to be the wasabi. And then you have to kind of think about layers. The next part would be the little parts of the sushi. So I'm going to do that as well. And when you're masking, you kind of almost have to think in reverse, like what's going to be the very front and then the next part. So mine, I think about the wasabi would be next, and then so it's going to be in front. The next part would be the sushis. As you noticed, I actually didn't stamp it all the way, but I really didn't care. I know I only need the bottom. So I went ahead and cut the sushis out and from the masking paper. And I'm going to go ahead and start stamping. So the wasabi is going to go first. And then I'm going to go ahead and take off the masking post-it and put it on there, and you'll hear it. As long as it covers it, that's all you really need. The next part is, of course, going to be the sushi. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it first. So I'm going to ink that up as well. I know a lot of stamp sets will have die cuts that go with it that you can go ahead and cut out. But sometimes for me, if I'm doing like a very detailed card, I don't like the cutouts because it does have a little bit of white lines. So I'll just kind of do a little bit of the extra work and you'll kind of see how it turns out. So I know my next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is mask off the little sushis because they are going to go ahead and sit on top of the little table, the little sushi table. I don't know what that's called. I forgot. But you guys know what I'm talking about. It's a little wooden table where the sushis come in. And these Post-its were kind of hard to take out. I was kind of fussing with it a little bit. So here's that little table I was mentioning. I don't really know what it's called, so ink that back up, line it up, and stamp it. And now I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys know what I'm talking about, all this masking. There we go. So I'm going to go and take that off. As you can see, there we go. Voila, kind of like magic, but not really. That was hard to take off as well. And then I want to go ahead and add the soy sauce. You can't have sushi without soy sauce. Now that everything's done, we're going to color with colored pencils. Make sure they're not the watercolor ones, and you'll see why. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this and play some music. As you saw, I roughly colored everything in. I'm going to use this blending tool called Gamasol. This kit, I'll have the description link below. But it actually is what will blend everything, so we'll speed this up as well. Alright, so as you saw, I added a little bit of shading underneath because I didn't want the sushi and the soy sauce to be kind of floating, so I just basically used the Gamasol. All you just do with the Gamasol is you just take the little stick pen that comes with it, you wet it, and then you just blend everything out. And I actually got this 12 by 12 Asian paper. I think I got it from Michael's or Joann's. It's just kind of one of those singles, but I don't remember, sorry. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and add the thank you, the arigato, and I should have probably put it together with the, when I stamped it, should have put it together, but I realized, oh, I forgot the little exclamation mark. So anyways, I cut the paper down to size, and now I'm going to go ahead and give it a tail. So basically, the best way to do it is to cut in the middle and then join the V's up. So that's the best way to kind of get your tail. And I'm going to go ahead and use this foam square from Recollections. This video is going really long, so I'm editing some stuff out. If you have any questions, please leave me questions down below, and I'll definitely try to answer them if I can. So I'm going to pull these foam squares out, and there was some piece of hair, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that on. I looked at the project and I thought, kind of boring. So I remember there was cute little faces, so I decided to add one to the little soy sauce. And after that, I went ahead and got the card base, which was a 12 by 12 yellow card. And I cut it down to 5 by 10 and folded it in half. And I took that same paper that I used for the arigato, cut that up. And as you saw at the very top part, I originally did it and then I didn't like the way it was lined up. So I ripped it up, and so that was me starting all over again. And so I just kind of found what I liked based on how it looked like on the card. So that's why it's not lined up, but I'm going to cut off the excess afterwards, as you can see here. So I really kind of just looked at the picture and what I liked. That's what I went ahead and decided to line up. So I realized I didn't cut straight enough, so went in and just opened it and made it a little bit easier. Cut that up. And then, as you can see, there's that. And I'm going to line this up in the middle. And I'm going to pop it up with some foam squares. So, as you'll see, I put the first couple so you can see, but then I added a whole bunch. Just because if you do mail it, you don't want it to get all flattened. And then I decided, no, I want around the corners. It was just way too square. And this is, I think it is the Fisker's Corner Rounder. I'll link all the materials and supplies at the bottom of the description box. And I just interior the face of the card, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and you want to see more, please subscribe.